Hello, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ari. I'm a runner. I run track and cross country, and I'm also currently in training for a marathon. I've run half marathons, triathlons, Spartan races, a little bit of everything because that is what I love, a little bit of everything. And today I want to react to some TikToks with you guys. I compiled a bunch of running themed TikToks. Some are giving advice, some are just relatable running situations, and I thought that we could look at them and react to them together, and I will give you any insights I may have because a lot of these videos are from a kind of more beginner running perspective. So I am really excited to hop into this with you guys. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. I'm scrolling on my iPad, so I hope it doesn't look too weird, but I'm going to put the videos up right here. I've never made a video like this, so let's hope we don't have any tech fails, and let's get into it. So this first video says what to buy as a newbie runner. Obviously, you immediately think of running as like not a sport you have to buy a lot of stuff for, but there is some things that sometimes you have to buy. Okay, so these are Beats headphones, and it says these headphones which don't fall out your ears. I've never tried like Beats headphones. I wear the Shockies ones that are kind of similar to this. I don't think these are like a need as a beginner runner. I run in AirPods a lot because sometimes I don't want to deal with charging 2 pairs of headphones. If I'm just going to cross country practice after school, it's more than likely that I'm just going to be wearing my AirPods. Like, it's not, you don't have to buy special headphones for running unless you're doing a lot of trail running, because if you're running on trails all the time, then it gets annoying because the uneven ground, your AirPods fall out all the time. But other than that, if you're road running, I don't think it's necessary to invest in right away. And they do also have just little silicone connectors that connect to your AirPods that are like $8 on Amazon that kind of accomplish the same thing without having to buy a new pair of headphones. Next is a Garmin. This one's the Forerunner 255 Music. I never had the 255, but I had the 245, which is pretty similar. I completely agree. I am a Garmin girly. I actually would say investing in a running watch is something that's important for new runners. Obviously there's caveats to that, and there's also cheaper Garmin models than the 255, but I completely agree with this. Oh, and I just want to add, no hate to any of these creators. I love all of their content. I'm just providing additional perspective and commentary, but no hate to any of them. A lot of them make really good points and make really good content, and you guys should go check them out. Moving on, I cannot pronounce R high sixes. I did actually own a pair of these though. I don't mind them. I like On Clouds better. That's for my feet. But I think these are really good shoes, and they're very versatile. So those are actually really good shoes for new runners. And then these for speedy runs, the Women's Endorphin Speed 3s. I think I have the Endorphin Speed 2s, but I have used a lot of Saucony carbon fibers or Saucony. I don't know. I read about these things. I don't listen to them, so I never know how to pronounce everything. I feel like I sound like a noob. I don't think you need to buy speed shoes as a beginner runner. Like I said, the Hokas that she just showed are very versatile shoes, but if you're doing a lot of racing, then I can see like getting carbon fibers. A Lululemon running belt. Again, I actually own this, and I own the pink one too because I had like the same thought process, but Target has all in motion belts that I actually like better. I think they're easier to use and they slide around less, and they're literally like $10 compared to the Lulu ones. So I actually recommend the all-in-motion one from Target. Cute socks to match running outfits. I mean, yeah, those are, you know, extras, but they're cute. If gels aren't your thing, these, 110%. I love Cliff Blocks. I just talked about them like a couple videos ago, how much I love Cliff Blocks. And a running plan. She says Runna all the way. I have signed up for Runna, but I've never like actually paid them money. I don't think you need to pay for a running plan. There are so many free resources, and if you do buy a Garmin, there are so many Garmin training plans that go directly into your Garmin. I just think as a beginner runner, you don't need to pay for a training plan unless you really, really want to, or you have a very like specialized situation going on. But yeah, I think honestly though, most of these are pretty spot on. You know, there's things that are more necessary and less necessary, but these are definitely some good recommendations, and like nothing was like wrong. So let's go on to the next video. Things I wish I'd known about running sooner. Number 1, the 10-minute rule. You can be running and hate it, but then suddenly out of nowhere start to love it. If you don't want to go on a run, set a timer and run for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, if you still aren't enjoying it, stop. But 90% of the time, you'll want to keep going. I've never done this. This is actually a good idea, though. I'm going to try this next time I don't want to go on a run, which might actually be today, because I have had a long day, and I don't really want to run, but I do have to go for a little shakeout. So, I don't know. I might try this. This actually sounds like a good tip. Number 2, running isn't easy. On social media, we all show the best side of everything, and that includes running. I'm sure your For You page is full of club runs, summer running, cute run fits, and long distances, although admittedly, this is why a lot of people love running. Just like everyone, this is the best side. The reality, some days can be really hard, lonely, and rely on dedication instead of motivation. I'm not saying this to put you off. I'm saying to remind you it's okay if you don't love every single day or run crazy distances like you're seeing on your For You page. Running is incredibly rewarding, and part of that comes from pushing through the rough days. I 100% agree. I'm not going to even add anything to that because that's like, she said it so much better than I ever could. Number 3, treadmill runs can still be effective. I do prefer running outside, however, treadmill can allow you to control speed and incline, which can be very useful for interval sessions. I agree. I like doing speed on the treadmill. I feel like I go slower usually, but like I feel good. My form feels good. Also, where I live, we don't have sidewalks. So in the winter, you basically don't have a choice because if the road conditions are bad, it is just so unnecessarily dangerous to run outside that you basically can't do it. Number 4, rest is part of the plan. If you're running at high intensity daily, you will get injured. Rest is when your body has time to repair. Include rest days, easy runs, interval runs, long runs, etc. This also makes it way more interesting. I agree. I do less rest days. I do like a rest day or 2 every couple of weeks, but I do a lot of cross training days, which is also a great way to let your muscles rest. And sometimes on my cross training days, I'm not even training legs, I'm just training my upper body. I know you can't tell because I have noodle arms, but I do train my upper body every once in a while. So yeah, I really agree with most of this. This is some pretty good advice, and I'm definitely gonna have to try that 10-minute rule next time I don't want to go out on a run. Alright, the next one says, if you think you're a slow runner, then read this. And it is the average runner like race times. I just wanted to throw this in because I think it's so great for perspective, and every time I see this, I like love it. I also want to point out for those half marathons and marathons are already such self-selecting distances. Like there are so many people, I think it's like 1% of the population or less will ever run a marathon. So they're already self-selecting distances, and these are still the average times. So it is just so great for perspective. So I just wanted to throw that little one in there.
5 essential pieces of gear for
Okay, this is 5 essential pieces of gear for beginner runners. Number 1, running shoes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Number 2, workout clothes.
Same goes for socks.
I just want to add that I would like see if you like running. Most people will have something they can wear to run in their closet already. Like I wouldn't invest until you are like ready to make a more long-term commitment.
Avoid cotton so you stay dry.
Again, non-cotton socks I like, but I won't lie to you, I run in cotton socks a lot. I don't think they're the worst thing ever. So take that with a grain of salt maybe.
If you like to carry your phone on runs, then either a belt or running pack. And lastly,
okay, belt or pack. Again, this does not have to be expensive. They have great ones at Target, but that can be super useful.
A way to track your runs either on a watch or an app on your phone. 5 essential pieces.
And a watch or running app. I completely understand if you don't want to invest in a watch right away because they are super expensive. But there are so many running apps that you can use. I like Nike Run Club. Peloton also has an app. I don't think it's free. I think you have to have the subscription, but we have a Peloton treadmill, so we have the subscription. Strava, that also has like a subscription model. I think all three of those have subscription models, but there are so many like apps to choose from if you don't want to invest in a running watch, but you want to track your runs. And I think they're so much better than what I did when I was starting out, which was I would go on Google Maps and trace my route. Which is kind of embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie, because those things are so inaccurate. Anyways, moving on. This is things they won't tell you when you start running. Number 1, it's not really a free sport and there might be some startup costs, shoes, etc. This is absolutely true, especially shoes. You need a good pair of shoes to start out with, or you will get injured, or you will make your chance of getting injured so much higher. There are definitely startup costs involved. Number 2, you're going to have to wash your hair daily or at least more. Okay, for me, like I always have my hair slicked back. So this might not but I feel like I wash my hair twice a week. Like I don't think I wash my hair more because I run, but I also have been running since 7th grade, so I don't really remember like how much I used to wash my hair. But I definitely do not wash my hair every day. Number 3, your appetite is going to increase a ton. I'm a carb demon. I eat so many carbs. My appetite through the damn roof. And number 4, you might lose some toenails or get some purple ones. This is a badge of honor. Exactly. Okay, my toes are so gnarly right now. Like, I actually have all my toenails right now, which is not a usual thing for me. Of course, 3 of them are falling off, but they're still there. So they count, right? Like, if you're gonna become a long distance runner, you just have to accept the fact that you're never gonna be able to wear open-toed shoes again. Like, Crocs is as close as you are going to get. I have a school dance coming up and I'm like, I don't even know what shoes I'm gonna wear because my feet are so ugly. But yeah, these are definitely true. Actually, reminds me, I saw a sign when I was racing one time that said all toenails go to heaven. I thought that was funny. Next video, a running phase I think you should skip. Running too far, too fast, too soon, and getting shin splints. Okay, so shin splints can come from a lot of different things. It's not just too fast, too far, too soon. There are so many things that can cause shin splints. You could have a stress fracture. Your running form could be wrong. You could be going too far or too fast. But I don't really agree with this because shin splints doesn't necessarily mean you're doing too much or your training is wrong. It could signal an injury. Maybe you're wearing the wrong type of shoes, and there are truly just so many aspects that could cause shin splints that I don't want to endorse this and definitively say you're going too far, too fast, too soon. Shin splints is something that you have to slowly investigate and try to figure out what it is by ruling things out one by one by one. POV, your little sister runs 3.5 miles out of 8 barefoot. Okay, this is actually like psychotic. This is concrete too. Like that is full on sidewalk. Like sometimes during cross country season, I will do like a warm up or a cool down, usually a cool down barefoot on the grass. And it looks hot out too, it looks sunny. My toes would be burnt. She's a stronger woman than I because I cannot. Barefoot running can be good for you though. It does have benefits, and it can help with your balance and restoring natural running form, and I do recommend it. But this is crazy. Also, I've never done it for 3.5 miles. Like, the most I've done is like 2.
This is a cry for help from a runner.
Okay,
Every time I run, no matter what the distance, I get blisters here and here on both feet. Is it how I run? Is it my shoes? Is it my socks? Someone please.
Honestly, this is hard because it could be any of those things. It could be your socks, it could be your shoes, it could be how you run. I like to, if I was having this issue, so the first thing I would do,
every time I run, no matter what the distance, I get blisters here and here.
The first thing I would do is buy a blister balm. I'll put a picture up. It's like a little purple tube. You rub it on your feet. I would try that first. If that doesn't work, you can try doing some different form drills to see if it is your form. However, it's probably your shoes. Honestly, more likely than anything is your shoes. You're probably gonna have to invest in some new ones. Those look pretty, like, they look not brand new, so hopefully this has been going on for a while and it's about time to get some new ones anyway. But it does look like it could be a shoes problem. I think those actually are those Hoka RI6s, which I never had a blister issue with, but everyone's feet are shaped differently and everyone will have different experiences with every shoe. Any tips for beginner runners? Whoa, okay, we're going fast. Okay, I'm gonna read the caption. Okay, so first she said no music. It's a distraction and won't actually hype you up for those longer runs. I completely disagree with that. I'm sorry, but I just do. It will hype you up for long runs. I do agree it's important to do runs without music. It's important, she says listen to a podcast. It's important to listen to podcasts sometimes, listen to music sometimes, listen to nothing sometimes. But listening to music, sometimes that's the only way you can get yourself out there. And honestly, I don't perform better. A lot of times I perform worse if I'm not listening to music. I completely disagree with that. Number 2, join a run club. It's a great way to hold yourself accountable and put yourself out there in the running community. I agree. Run clubs are great for motivation. Not needed, but they are great. Number 3, designated running days. Now, some days we don't just feel like it, especially when we're not good at something. So if you designate a specific day to your run, it will get you into a routine. This is kind of vague and I don't really know what she's talking about, but yeah, I mean that you can do that. Just like planning ahead. Number 4, workout classes. Sign up for a workout class that's some type of running involved if you are not a runner at all. Something with running intervals on a treadmill. I've never seen at my gym or any gym I've been to like a treadmill class, but if you live somewhere that has them, then I feel like that would be cool. And 5, proper shoes. Yes, I completely agree, but she does say take time to take your feet scanned and find a shoe that works well for you. And then she recommends Asics Nova Blast 4s. I wouldn't say everyone likes those. It really depends on your arch type. There is no one size fits all running shoe, but I don't think it's necessary to get your feet scanned. Some running stores do offer it, some don't. If they don't, just go in, talk to the professionals. Anyways, moving on. So, am I supposed to just be pushing through the pain of shin splints, or is there anything special I could be doing? I stretch and ice, but it's getting awful. Okay, taking a rest can be good and it can be important if you're having shin splints, if you're having issues with that. I really recommend calf compression sleeves. I will put an image up here of the ones that I wear. I love them. I wear them every time I race, basically no matter what. Just as a preventative measure, and I barely ever get shin splints anymore. It's amazing. Also, stretching is so important. Not only stretching, but using a foam roller, rolling out, hanging your legs can help with shin splints depending on what's causing them, but sometimes it can be an injury. So if you try a bunch of different things, you try wearing new shoes, you try stretching more, you try calf compression, and nothing is working, then you need to go to the doctor because it can be a sign of a stress fracture or a larger issue that you do not want to be running on. But there are a lot of things that you can kind of rule out before you get to that point because doctor's visits are expensive in this country. Okay. When you just spent 2 months consistently only running on the treadmill, everything was going great, and now it's your first run outside and you feel like you've never ran in your life because it's so different from the treadmill. I can actually see this. Sometimes if there's like a snowstorm, I won't run outside for like a week or two, and I go back outside and I'm like, oh my god, the world exists. This is so weird. So I can definitely see how you could like get that feeling like you've never run in your life. I think this is why it's important to do a balance of not just treadmill, not just road. Do a little bit of everything. It will help you be a more rounded runner, and it helps you expand your training horizons and mix everything up a little bit. Okay, when the XC meet does not allow watches.
10:33. Am I right?
I just had to throw this in because if a cross country meet didn't allow watches, I would be like, coach, I'm not running. I will stand right here and I will cheer for my teammates, but this baby, we are attached. Like, I don't take it off for more than 15 minutes to charge it, ever. Like, I don't leave the house without this. It would be like leaving the house with no shirt on. Like, I cannot live without this. And if I couldn't wear it while I was running, I could not do it. Pav, I just don't understand runners. Like, what do you mean running 6 miles is fun for you? I'm literally 0.5 in and already having to gaslight myself. I'm a soldier at war running for my life. There's actually an entire app, I think it's called Run Zombies Run, that like that's basically the entire storyline. It's supposed to like get you to run more, which I think is funny. But yeah, it takes discipline and it takes practice. When I was starting out in 7th grade, I definitely had days where I would literally run a quarter of a mile and that was it. But you build and build and build and build and build. And now I run a quarter of a mile and I'm like, great, what's the workout? So it's all just about time, patience, consistency, and discipline. Girls just want attention running in their sports bra. Us from a run. This is so real, though. Like, I don't know, like, literally, I could have someone, like, honking their horn at me, or, like, someone I know will, like, wave to me. Dead to the world. I do not notice.
Running
in the rain and this started happening. Is that foam? That is so strange. I've never seen that before.
Running in the rain.
I feel like that has to be. I feel like that has to be like your socks. Like either you washed your shoes in the washing machine, which some people say not to do that. I literally do that all the time. But either you did that or your socks like just didn't get dried, like washed properly. Like either your socks or your shoes like just didn't get washed properly. I feel like that's the only way that could happen. And I would say it's probably the socks because of how it's like coming out. It looks like pimple. It makes me uncomfortable. Like I feel like I just cut my foot off and throw it away. Okay. Anyone else have really weird running habits? I run 4 to 5 miles a day. I don't stretch. One time I ate 6 tacos and I ran a PR in the 5K. I don't sweat. I'm never sore. Is this person a human? I don't understand. I'm sore and I stretch. Like I stretch every morning, every night, before and after my runs. I stretch 4 times a day. And I'm still sore all the time. Like I don't understand. I mean, I guess maybe it's something with like your slow and fast twitch muscles. Like if you have genetically, they're just a certain way. Like maybe like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's definitely not good to not stretch. Also, it can be not good if you're not sweating because it could mean you're not drinking enough. Also, eating 6 tacos and then running a 5K PR, I would puke and die and DNF. Like, I genuinely, I think this may be a robot impersonating a human. Like, I don't actually know how that's possible. And that is all, apparently. I literally did not count how many videos I had, but those are the ones. I literally have this titled reaction content because I have so many running videos in my favorites that they will all get lost if I don't. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!